Morning, Mr. Bowditch.
Good morning,
Mute
Ms.
yourself.
Moore. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. If you want to just mute yourself for till we get somebody. I got to send this person to probation, so.
I have two this morning. I've tried to contact them over the weekend, but I didn't have any luck, so I hope they show up.
Good morning, Miss Thomas. Is
Good
that right,
morning.
Mr. Bowditch?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have you contacted probation yet? Have you checked in with them? Miss
Yeah,
Thomas?
yes, I was just waiting in his Zoom room for about 15 minutes, and then I switched over to this Zoom.
Okay, you need to go back to probation. They have to talk to you before you check in with the judge, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Who are you people, Jeff? Oh, I see. Terrence
Simon
Simon.
and Connors.
Okay. Now we got Leanna on there too. Okay.
I think Leanna has Mr. Shumo, something like that.
She has Grieg and Shumo. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Jeff.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Mr. Piotrowski.
And good morning.
Have you and your client checked in with probation?
No, I didn't know we had to.
Well, it's a sentencing, so you may want to because of the PSI. If you or he have any questions, or if you haven't received a copy of one yet.
I have received it, we have reviewed it, and we are ready.
All right, I'll bring your client in, so give me just a minute.
Thank you. Hey, Jeff, good morning.
Morning, Counselor.
How are you?
I am good, sir. How are you?
I'm used to seeing you in that small glass office in the courtroom. This is the first that I've seen you in this palatial estate.
This is actually behind me is a farm.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to my Zoom home, gentlemen.
Yes.
I like the palatial estate, so.
The computer makes everything look bigger.
Hang on just a minute. I'll let Judge know you're in.
Judy Blunt.
I always thought, Jeff, that having a bar number under a certain number gives you the right to have a little bit of conversation in these Zoom conferences. And I don't know if I take advantage of that, but it's always good having conversation with another attorney because I'm missing all of that.
Oh, brother, your mouth to God's ears. I mean, I can't wait for the courts to be open again.
Yeah. And I don't see it in the near horizon, unfortunately. We're not even close anymore.
Well, I think we should all move to South Dakota.
I actually have two relatives doing that very same thing. I can't believe you
South
said
Dakota?
South Dakota.
I used to work in South Dakota. It is a lovely state.
Okay, I'll tell them.
Gentlemen, Judge will be in just a second.
Thank you.
Paula, we're busy. No,
I'll let you tell him that.
no.
You think I'm dumb?
This conversation never happened, Paula.
One of these days, I got to open up the courts. We got a brand new building to walk into.
Yes. Is it finally ready?
Oh, it's God, yeah, it's palatial. It's
Okay.
lovely. It's just a you feel judicious the minute you walk in. It's a
Nice.
beautiful building.
Sounds like they did it right then.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Reader.
Morning.
Counsel, your appearance for Mr. Reader, please.
Yeah, good morning. Tom Piotrowski, P40021 on behalf of Mr. Reader, who's joined us in this Zoom conference. Tarek, would you identify yourself by stating your name, please?
Yes, my name is Tarek Reader.
And you fellows have had a chance to go over the PSI, Mr. Piotrowski?
We have, and there are no material additions, corrections, nor deletions, just a brief comment as to perhaps the recommendation by the probation department.
Go ahead.
Yeah, first of all,
I'm losing your audio, though.
I'm sorry? Can you hear
Counsel,
me?
you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
All right, your audio's cutting in and out, but go ahead.
Okay,
Ready for
good.
elocution.
All right, thank you. I can't say this about every client, but I am saying it about Mr. Reader. I'm confident that he will be a good probationer. He's taken this from the get-go. He's taken it very seriously. We reviewed the terms and conditions. We're in agreement with virtually all of them. He does question the abstinence of medical marijuana. He does have a chronic back issue. He did have a legitimate medical marijuana. Okay, I'll
Let me stop you right there. Stop you right there. I'm going to allow him to use his medical marijuana.
Thank you, sir. And that's
We're going to
it.
have a conversation about it.
I am confident then. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. All right, Mr. Reader, anything you want to add?
No, I looked over the terms and conditions regarding the probation and everything sounded fine. The one thing that I was concerned about was the substance abuse that my PO had, oh, what is it? She suggested it is what I'm trying to say. I feel that that's unnecessary just because I took the blood screen or the tox screen and nothing besides the marijuana came up. And we can later review that at a different date, prior or after testing, you know. But other than that, everything sounds fine. Community service seems reasonable. What's up?
Mr. Reader, your audio cut out a little bit, so I'm not sure what your concern was. You're not sure why the probation officer recommended substance abuse treatment? Is that the question?
Yes. Yes, that's the question. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you. All right, so let me look at the report real quick. All right, so his recommendation is based on what you tell him, but even more importantly, what the needs assessment tells him. All right, so the way you fill out that assessment, and I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm sending you to substance abuse treatment.
Okay.
If that treatment program becomes really, really inconvenient, where they're going to cost you your job, or you don't think you're getting anything out of it, or anything like that, we can always have a conversation. Okay. I'm not gonna put you in jail because you say, Judge, this treatment program is not doing me any good. We're gonna have a conversation about it. You follow me? All right. All I ask you to do is, when I tell you to do something, I want you to go into it with an open mind.
Okay.
You follow me?
Yeah.
So, and this is a pretty good segue, Mr. Reader, for me to give you a little philosophy.
Okay.
I don't put people on probation as punishment.
All right.
If I wanted to punish you, I can put you in jail. I can order all kinds of community service. I can get into your pocket real deep. Those are all things that we can do for punishment. I put people on probation because I want to effectuate a behavioral change. All right. So what I see here is, I see a 22-year-old kid, all right, who's got what may be a developing substance abuse problem. I want to make sure that we do everything we can to nip that in the bud. So you're not one of those 60-year-old guys who has kids that won't talk to him, has, careers that have blown up because of substance abuse, and all those problems that this can lead to if you don't get the proper education and assistance now.
Okay.
You follow me?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I follow.
Just go into it with an open mind. If it's causing you problems, if you don't think it's helping you, then all you got to do is reach out to your probation officer and say, we need to talk about this.
Okay.
You with me?
Yeah, that's reasonable.
All right. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to step back. I'm going to put my judge hat and take that off, and I'm going to put my job counselor hat on just for a minute. Okay.
Okay.
You with me on that?
Yes.
You're working at Morris. What do they pay you by the hour? How do they pay you?
I get paid by the hour. Yes. I get paid by the hour. Yes.
How much?
I think 14.
Okay. And how many hours a week are you getting?
It really varies. Some weeks we don't have as much work as the other weeks, so I'd say about 25 on average at minimum.
Okay. What's your long-term career goal?
I actually went through
hold on. I'm assuming Morris is not where you plan on staying.
No.
You got something else in mind?
Yes, I went to electrical technician school a few years ago, and I completed that. So I have all my schooling hours done, but I still need to be able to find an apprenticeship to get my on-the-job training too. So I can therefore, after 4 years and however many hours, go and apply for my journeyman's test.
So why aren't you doing that?
I just haven't been able to, because the state, you have to get your card issued before you even get a job, but everyone that wants an apprentice wants you to already be in a licensed apprentice. So I'm kind of like working against it, the way that they have it set up.
All right. My understanding is that the unions are still running apprenticeship programs.
Yeah.
I got a nephew that just recently finished the plumber's apprenticeship program. Have you checked with the electrical unions to see if they're running any programs?
No, I actually haven't. Mainly just because I'd have to re-go through schooling, and I already paid to go to school. And so, I mean, more or less, it'd just be double the expense, I would see it as. But I mean, if you have anything that would help me do that, I would
Well,
be appreciated.
here's what I have for you. I'm going to give you a virtual kick in the ass.
Okay.
Because what you just told me is you finished that school 2 years ago because you wanted to be an electrician, you wanted to be in the trades.
Yes.
But here you are 2 years later and you're no closer to that goal.
Right.
Take it from an old man. If you keep doing that, you're going to be 40 years old and still thinking about being an electrician.
Okay.
Because time sneaks up on us, Mr. Reader. You got to do something. All right.
All right.
Let's talk about the medical marijuana. Why do you smoke? Well, are you smoking or are you using edibles?
I'm smoking. I mean, sometimes I take
Why?
edibles, but not all the time. For the pain. But it also helps sleep, but more or less the pain. I can sleep just fine.
What causes your pain?
Probably just years of laboring. Ever since I was 17, I've been working labor jobs. That's why I went and took the schooling to begin
Okay,
with.
dude, 5 years is not years of laboring.
I mean,
5 years does not a career make. All right, you're talking to a guy that put himself through 7 years of higher education on construction sites. Okay.
Okay.
I know about physical labor.
All
All
right.
right. Here's my concern. Nobody in the trades will hire you if you're smoking marijuana.
Okay.
They can't afford the liability.
All
So
right.
here's the way it works. Let's assume I wave my magic wand and you've got your journeyman's card and you're working on a job site somewhere as an electrician. If anybody on that job site gets hurt, doesn't even have to be in your crew. It could be one of the brick masons. If anybody on that job site gets hurt, OSHA is going to test everybody that was working that day. You follow me?
Yes.
And currently, because the state of the law, and your attorney will correct me if I'm wrong, currently the state of the law is your boss is going to have a jack up on his insurance premiums for workers' compensation because you're smoking marijuana on a job site.
Okay.
How many of those can your boss afford before your boss comes to you and says, Tarek, you're a good worker, but I can't afford what you're doing to my insurance?
Not very many.
All right. So what I'm
probably
gonna suggest you do is you figure out a better way to make yourself sleepy at night and figure out another way to deal with the pain. One thing I would suggest to you is some of the oils, the CBD oils that have no C or THC in them. I've had a lot of success with CBD oils that have zero THC for joint pain, muscle aches, that kind of stuff. So if you want, especially if you want to work in the trades, until they do something globally, like, you know, the feds say marijuana is okay, and then all the insurance companies jump on board, even if that is possible. I don't think you're going to get a good job in the trades if you're still using marijuana.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So I'm going to put my judge hat back on and we're going to get back to sentencing. Got it?
All right.
All right. I am going to put you on probation for 9 months as recommended by probation. At any time, once you get the boots on the ground stuff done, you know, your community service and stuff like that, I'll entertain a request to terminate your probation early. All you have to do is contact probation. So it's 9 months on probation. Probation fee is $360. Restitution of $150 to the Belleville PD. I'm adopting in full the recommendations that includes the community service and the substance abuse treatment and everything you went over with Mr. Piotrowski.
Okay.
Your total fines and costs $1,255. I'm going to let you work out a payment plan with your probation officer on that.
Okay.
As long as you're making an effort on the money, that's the bottom of my priority list on this file. I want everything else is more important to me than the money.
All right.
Any questions?
How early can we review? Is it like every 6 months, or because Tom said that we could do it like
I just put you on for 9 months. You know, 3 or 4 months from now, if we haven't had any problems and you got everything done, I'd entertain that request.
All right. And then, so as for community service, does my probation set that up, or would I have to just go out and find something?
You're going to set it up. They're going to give you some ideas. But
Okay.
basically, any registered nonprofit,
Okay.
churches, soup kitchens, Salvation Army, probation will help you out with a list of area locations. We don't have too many on our list that are down in Monroe, though. So
Okay.
you might want to look at our list and see if you can find something in Monroe that matches the stuff on our list.
Okay. I think there's a couple
All
things
right.
out there that I could do, but I'm downriver a lot, so I'm pretty sure I could find something.
Okay. I'm sure you can. Mr. Piotrowski, anything else?
No, sir. We appreciate the virtual kick in the ass, though.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Reader, good luck to you, brother.
Thank you. Have
Thank
a
you,
good one,
counsel.
Judge.
Thank you, sir.
Judge, we have Christy Thomas, and I believe that's her attorney, Mr. Adams. I'll bring them in. Oh, you want me to, what do you want me to do with him?
I don't have a Christy Thomas file.
Morning.
Ms. Thomas, I think you were instructed by Mr. Solkowski to stay in the probation waiting room. Correct?
I think he ever picked up, so they led me to another Zoom.
Who's they sent you?
My
Because
attorney,
They, okay, who's your attorney?
Adam,
Adams?
Stefan Adam, yes,
All right, hang on just a minute.
yeah.
Good morning, Ms. Belcher.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
Wonderful. Your appearance, please, for Mr. Shomo.
Leanna Belcher on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor. I did have an opportunity to review the pre-sentence investigation report with him. It is factually accurate.
I think I lost you. Did you say anything after factually accurate?
No, Your Honor, it's factually accurate. We have no additions, corrections, or deletions, and I can allocute on his behalf if you're ready.
I am ready. Thank you.
Your Honor, I did review the report with my client. As the report indicates, he does use medical marijuana for the side effects from his medication. His medical marijuana card has lapsed due to COVID, but he is in the process of getting that renewed. We would ask that Your Honor allow him to use the medical marijuana. It does significantly help with any issues that he has as a side effect from the medication he's prescribed for his underlying illnesses. Other than that, Your Honor, his BAC was really low. He's refrained from alcohol. We would ask that Your Honor consider a 6-month period of probation. He doesn't have any prior drinking and driving offenses.
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, before I forget, I'm okay with the medical marijuana use.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'm not inclined to do 6 months. I'm inclined to say 9 months, and I'll entertain a request to terminate early if he gets all his boots on the ground stuff caught up.
Understood, Your Honor.
Understood that? Understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else?
No, Your Honor. Mr. Shomo, is there anything you would like to say to the judge?
No, sir.
All right. Mr. Shomo,
Yes,
fines
sir.
and costs on your file, $620. There is a $75 victims fund fee to the state of Michigan, $50 misdemeanor tax to the state of Michigan. Restitution to Detroit Metro Airport, $165. I'm placing you on probation for 9 months. Probation fee is $360. I'm adopting in full the recommendations of probation that you went over with Ms. Belcher. Total on the file is $1,270. You can work out a payment plan with probation.
Yes, sir.
Any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Mr. Shomo, I just want to let you know why I'm putting you on probation. It's
Okay.
not punishment. Punishment is jail, fines and costs, community service. There are all kinds of tools in my toolbox that I can use for punishment. The reason I place people on probation is to effectuate a change in behavior. From what my probation department told me, it looks like you have what could be a developing a developing substance abuse problem. I want to make sure we do whatever we can to help you make sure that does not become an issue. So that's where the treatment comes in. That's where the testing comes in, so on and so forth. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then I did have one question for you and Paula. I represented an individual named Claude, last name Grieg.
He is on the docket for this morning.
I wasn't notified and they didn't send me the pre-sentence. So I don't know if I'm able to get a copy of that so I can go over that with him.
I'll call out there right now and tell him to give it to you, okay?
We can do that.
Leanna, did you receive my chat?
Yes, Paula, I did. I have him on the line right now. So I'm just finishing up going over a couple things with him and then we'll be ready.
Oh, okay. I was going to give you his telephone number if you didn't have it.
Oh, nope, I got it. Thank you, Paula.
You're welcome, honey. Bye.
Paula, we're ready, and I have him on the phone. He's having issues with Zoom, so I don't know if the judge will allow him to participate on my phone.
Sorry, I was muted. I said, I'm sure he will, but I'll go in and let Judge know right now, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Hold on, which other client?
The Greek.
Mhm.
The reason there was no PSI was because it was strictly for CV
Right.
notification.
Right.
She just finished talking to him. He's having problems with his Zoom. Will you allow him to participate over the phone?
Sure.
Okay. I told her I don't think she- Deanna, Judge said no problem participating by phone.
Okay, thank you. I have him on right now.
Thank you.
All right, your appearance for Claude Grieg.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of the defendant. Sir, will you state your name for the judge?
Claude Gregg.
Your Honor,
Mr.
today's
Greg, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Don.
the date and time set for sentencing. It's my understanding there was no PSI order, that it was just set so that we could see if the complainant was going to appear. I haven't been notified about any complainants being in the waiting room, and we're ready to proceed to sentencing if Your Honor is ready.
I am ready, please.
Your Honor, my client would ask that you place him on a short period of probation under the 7694A. This was a first-time offense for him in the sense that he has no prior DVs on his record. He states that he's working, doing his own scrapping business. He just got his driver's permit and got a car. He has not had any contact with the complainant. And for all of those reasons, Your Honor, we think a short period of probation would be sufficient.
Anything on his criminal history?
Not that I recall that was of note. Mr. Grieg, is there anything major on your criminal history?
No, this is the first time I've ever been in trouble with the law.
All right, anything else, counsel?
Thank you.
And when I looked at my files last week, Ms. Belcher, I went through this file a couple times. There's no plea agreement in the file. And I know you usually keep pretty good notes. Was there any kind of sentence agreement with the prosecution?
Let me look at the docket sheet, Your Honor, that I turned into Teresa, because I would have that notated on there.
Thank you.
No, Your Honor, just 7694A. There was not anything other than no contact with the complainant.
All right. And Mr. Greg, what was the relationship between you and Christopher Burke? Did you live together? What was the situation?
Yeah, we were living together. He's my stepson.
Okay. And how old is Christopher?
He's in his 20s.
All right. How's the relationship now, sir?
We don't even talk.
I'm sorry to hear that. All right.
Your Honor, and I do believe there was no contact as part of his bond.
All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. Mr. Greg, I'm gonna put you on a 4-month delayed sentence. What that means is for that time period, you stay out of trouble. I'm gonna assess some court costs. I'm also going to order that you not harm, harass, or confront Christopher. So what that means is I'm not saying no contact. I'm saying if there are any further problems and you are the cause of the problem, that violates the term. Understood?
Yeah.
Court costs are assessed in the amount of $500. I can let you pay that anytime within the next 30 days or set you up with a monthly payment plan.
Well, I would rather be set up with a monthly payment plan. because
Tell
I'm,
me how much you can pay.
I'm on Social Security, so. And the
How much can you pay, sir? How much per month can you afford?
$100. Can you send the stuff in the mail?
We don't do that. Actually, I could probably send you a payment plan. Sure. Can you make your first payment the first week in May?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll set you up $100 a month or more. We'll always take extra money. On or before May 7th will be your first one.
Okay, can you send in the mail so I can mail it?
We'll send something to you at the Beverly address.
All right.
Any questions for Ms. Belcher or myself?
Now, what's going to happen? I did not quite understand it.
Your Honor, I can go over everything with him off the record if that's easier.
That would be wonderful. Thank you. You got anything else on the docket this morning for us?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, have a great day, Ms. Belcher.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
And you're welcome. Good luck, sir.
Good morning, Attorney Boria. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I don't see your client in our waiting room. Do you happen to have him there with you?
I don't, but I just got off the phone with him and he said he was logging on.
Okay, well, we'll give him a minute to log in then.
Okay.
And then I'll let Judge know as soon as I see him come in, okay? You can
Sounds
just
good.
hang out where you're at. I'll
All right.
just mute you.
Okay.
Looks like we have your client. Good morning, Mr. West. Are you Mr. Hilton?
Yeah, sorry about that. Yes,
That's right. I'm going to rename you so the judge knows.
Okay, thank you very much.
I will. Okay. I will call her. Hang on just a minute. The judge is going to join you. There. Now I've renamed you.
Good morning, gentlemen. Counsel, your appearance.
Counsel, you're muted.
Just kidding. Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Aaron Bory on behalf of Mr. Hilton, who's present.
Have you gentlemen had a chance to go over the pre-sentence investigation and report from probation?
I have, Your Honor. Everything appears to be factually accurate. I've gone over the recommendation with my client, explained to him the change in the law and why the recommendation is what it is. I've also cautioned him on any further behavior or what that will likely lead, what it will lead to if he were to continue down this path. He understands that, and I think he has a short allocution for himself.
Oh, wonderful. All right, Mr. Hilton, anything you want me to know?
Yeah, just since this last offense, I really kind of prioritized putting some of my wellness, first. I've gotten more involved with the church. I've been going 2 times a week. Actually speaking to the therapist quite a bit, kind of helped me realize that maybe I was focusing my energies in certain areas that weren't really benefiting me, which is like socially drinking. So now that I've acclimated to the fact that I'm no longer socially drinking, I've actually seen a lot of improvement in my personal life, in my work life. And I'm kind of executing things that I enjoy more, which is like my hobbies, things like that. So to be honest, the offense kind of pushed me in a better direction with my life. I haven't had a drink since, and I'm proud to say that. And I've been utilizing myself in better means.
Good. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. What's, Mr. Bory, what's the status of Mr. Hilton's driving privileges?
Well, this fell outside of the 7 years, and this was an offense from, well, he would have entered the plea though. Are you still unrestricted?
I think that my restricted license starts as of today, and it was for 3 months.
Right. So the state will treat it as a first offense, and then after the 3 months, you can pay the reinstatement fee, and he should be good to go.
Okay. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Anything else?
No, Your Honor, I think the report sums it up.
Okay. All right, Mr. Hilton, I'm not even going to bore you with the breakdown. Total fines and costs, $1,200. That includes the mandatory state fees, fines and costs. I can give you a due date as long as you can pay that in full within 30 days, or we'll set you up with a monthly payment plan. What's your best option?
If you could just give me the due date, I'd probably rather just put it behind me.
All right, so you can do that within 30 days?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's your due date, 30 days from today.
Okay.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day, Your Honor.
Counsel, enjoy your day.
You too.
Thanks. That might be Jeff's.
His people are Terrence Simon and Clarence Connors. Those are his two.
Well, let's see if we can figure out who they're supposed to be.
Okay, and that Amira Williams, she has MIDC beside her name too.
All right, leave her where she's at for now.
Okay.
Your Honor, I tried to call
Yes, sir.
both Mr. Simon and Mr. Connors over the weekend several times. I tried this morning. Mr. Simon's phone, you can't leave a message. But I left messages for Mr. Connors. I've had no response.
Yeah, Simon's I already bench warranted because he was scheduled. He was
8:45,
scheduled.
Your Honor.
Yeah, yep. Is
My
Van
apologies,
Buren
Your Honor.
no problem. Paul, is Van Buren a violation? Miss Van Buren, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Kayla, hang on. We just had a few moments of problems with Zoom, so. Okay, we have Mr. Solkowski and Judge.
Okay.
You're in twice. Oh, there you go.
All right, Art, are we ready on Miss Van Buren's file?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Miss Van Buren.
Good morning.
So we've got a file from June 2018. Operating while intoxicated. Looks like you were sentenced on November 6, 2019. Art, where are we at?
Well, Your Honor, at some point in time, looks like back in, yes, 2020, there was a warrant issue for non-compliance, and she wrote a letter and asking that this case be closed. And here we are today.
But she didn't do anything we told her to do for probation, correct?
No, Your Honor, other than it looks like she made payment. And she may have attended, I think, 2 or 3 reality checks. No fault of her own, but yes, no testing at all. I believe she may have tested on 2 occasions.
I tested more than 2 occasions. I got the paperwork somewhere at
Ms.
home.
Van
I got
Buren,
it.
you interrupt Mr. Sikowski again. This is going to be a very short hearing.
So, Your Honor, she advised me that she has a 77-year-old grandfather, and during COVID, he was her primary source of transportation. So she couldn't do anything due to COVID and lack of transportation. Your Honor, I did highlight that she did receive 2 driving on suspendeds during COVID, and also has 1 pending as well that occurred prior to.
Where you living, Ms. Van Buren?
I got an apartment in Saline. I had moved out of my grandfather's house, got my own place.
What's the address?
It's 815 Valley Circle Drive, apartment 103.
$103?
Yes, sir.
What's the zip code there?
48176.
You working?
Yes.
Where do you work?
For USA installation,
What do they install?
houses and stuff. It's like foaming. So we drill holes in houses.
Insulation. Gotcha.
Yeah.
How long you been with them?
For like it's been 3 months now. Before here, I was at Farisha for a while.
You working full time?
Yes.
Any criminal history, Mr. Sikowski?
Second, Your Honor, looks like we do have a prior drinking and driving offense in 2017. We also have a defrauding an innkeeper in 2014. Other than that, just a prior driving not suspended in 2018.
All right, so she got drinking and driving charges in 17 and 18. And since then, she just picked up the DWLSs.
Yeah, well, so you got the 17 drinking and driving, 18, she's got a DWLS, and defrauding the innkeeper was prior to that 2014, I want to say. But since being placed on probation here, we do have at least 2 new DWLS offenses and 1 that may have occurred prior to sentencing.
Ms. Van Buren, what do you need to do to get your license reinstated? What has to be cleaned up?
Just this is the only thing. And my driving on suspended. The whole reason the 2 driving on suspended after this was me trying to drive and going to work, to and from work. So both of them are from that. But it didn't work out, so I haven't been driving since because I'm trying to get it cleared up. So it's been a while. I have to go so long without having any tickets or anything like that, and I have to get this case settled before I can even go to the Secretary of State to get my license back.
All right, so just to be clear, the suspension on this file that we're talking about right now is the only thing stopping you from getting your license back.
Yes.
Don't
And it's
know any
not
other courts. Go ahead.
No, just the 2 that's in Saline. I have 2 driving suspended that are in Saline from when I was going to work, and I have a court date with them tomorrow that I have to talk to and figure out if I can pay it and get it lifted.
All right, so you've got 3 active suspensions, this case and 2 in Saline.
Yes, sir.
All right. Art, do you have a recommendation?
Well, at this point, Your Honor, I want to give her some credit to acknowledging to me that, she was in a toxic situation at that time, and which she's since moved out of and is more stable. Unfortunately, she does have an issue with her license, and it looks like it's going to be an issue for a while. I don't see that there's a balance on this case, Your Honor.
No, it looks like she paid it off, so that's why I'm confused about the suspension.
Yeah, I'll have to see. Let me see what she did pay. Yeah, it's been paid. I'll have to check, Your Honor.
Okay.
But you may have some suspensions on like the 2019 DWS that you had,
Right. I'm inclined to close her out unsuccessfully and have her pay the FAC if there is one.
Yeah, I'm good with that, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Van Buren, you understand what that means?
Not really.
Our file doesn't show that you owe a clearance fee to get clear on this one, but if there is a clearance fee, it's $45.
Okay.
So I'm just going to close your file, unsuccessful probation. I can't close you successfully because you didn't do the stuff we told you to do, but I'm not going to, go back and have you start over because it sounds like whatever changes you needed to make to stay out of trouble, you've done them.
Yes.
So I'll just close your file out. Once again, if we confirm that there's $45 clear necessary before we can clear you on this, then you'll have to pay the $45. Understood?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I can pay it online.
You can, but it costs you extra money if you do that. I'm just warning you.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then it looks like we've also got, a Drovewell license suspended out of Sumter that's coming up for court in June. You know about that one?
That that one was cleared, I think. When I had called before to set this up, the lady told me about it and I paid the reinstatement fee. I think that's the one that I paid the reinstatement fee for. I don't have that file in front of me. I just got a little, like a notation. It looks like you paid the clearance fee, but you still have the active file. You got to do something with the file. So you have to meet with the prosecutor, make a deal with the prosecutor, that kind of stuff. Okay.
All right. And that court date's June 10th. You should have received, you should receive a notice for that.
I did actually. It got sent to my mom's house, and I think that's where confusion got too. My mom had said something about it. I don't know how they got my mom's address. It wasn't on my file, so I don't know. But they sent the letter to my mom. Usually,
if we've had no contact from the driver, we take whatever address is on the ticket, and the cop usually gets that off the driver's license. You hand the cop in the street.
Yeah, see, but that would have been my grandfather's address.
Yeah, so I don't know then. I'm just saying how it usually works.
Yeah.
All right. So that one's June 10th.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bringing in Thomas and her attorney. Good morning, Mr. Adams. Your appearance for Ms. Thomas, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Stephen Adams for Christy Thomas.
We've got an August 8, 2020 operating while intoxicated file. Sentencing date was December 3, 2020. Art,
Your
you've
Honor,
had
I
a
have
conversation?
Sorry, my sentence date is February 2021. I could be wrong, but if I
Yeah,
am.
February, I don't know what I said, but it's February 11, 21 was the sentencing date.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, so where are we at with this one, Mr. Adams?
Well, in the last 2 weeks, I'd say Ms. Thomas has done an awful lot towards her sentencing. Unfortunately, that was only impressive because she hadn't done much before that time. She did get her fingerprints done, but on the 8th of April, she had a conversation with the probation officer. The probation officer noted in the report she didn't seem very concerned. But what she did after that, on the 9th of April, she had an assessment for substance abuse, and that report was forwarded to probation.
Where was that assessment done, Mr. Adams?
Sorry?
Who did the assessment? Which agency?
Oh, it was done at First Step, Your Honor, in Ypsilanti.
Good.
They recommended AA as well as a women's group and outpatient treatment once a week. The women's group started this past Friday, and Ms. Thomas attended that.
Great.
She also paid her fees for March and April, so she's current with that at this time. She had made calls to her insurer. She has Blue Cross through her employer for the psychological evaluation that was ordered. And she got nowhere with that. Friday, Mr. Silkowski mentioned that First Step could probably do that as well. And we haven't set that up yet, but that's our plan.
Good.
Right away. So she does have a new police contact. It's listed on the probation violation for today as drinking and driving. She did report that contact to probation. That's how probation first heard about it. Apparently, Mr. Silkowski has a copy of the police report. I think he got it this morning. I have not seen that yet, but we have been retained to handle that for Ms. Thomas. So when that does arise, it hasn't been charged yet. It'll probably get charged in Washtenaw if it's charged at all. So that's where we're at now.
So what I just heard was really slow start, but picking up a speed fast.
Yes, Your Honor, but with a drinking and driving stop in the meantime. And for that, I know Mr. Silkowski was interested in increasing the monitoring. And we would ask if the court's going to do that, that you allow her to use a sober link. She, as I say, she works 7 days a week. I had originally said she worked 70 hours a week. That was not true. She works 10 hours a week, 5 days a week. She works fewer hours on Saturday and Sunday. But we did send in documentation of that employment to Mr. Silkowski. So we could I don't know what the court's preference is, but we could use Smart Start, for instance, for the sober link. That way she doesn't have the ankle bracelet. Her mother works there too, and she's afraid of drawing attention. It's a factory type situation in Southern Ann Arbor.
Okay. Where is she working, Mr. Adams?
She works at Ecotech. They have a small factory in Ann Arbor. They run 7 days a week making gun sights.
Yep, I'm familiar with Ecotech. Art, anything to add?
Well, Your Honor, we are still waiting for the psych eval, but it sounds like that should get scheduled shortly.
Right.
No quick start to the community service. I believe that the 7 days a week working and everything's closed when she gets out, basically what she told me. But Your Honor, like I said, I pulled her time cards for the last 3 months, and she's averaging 43 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
So
have you had a chance to read that report from the February 28th incident?
Your Honor, I got. Go ahead,
Art.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm curious about the location. Where did it take place?
So it looks like it was, indicating Washtenaw County Dispatch is all I can see here because the charges have not been filed yet. There was a blood draw.
Okay.
But Your Honor, there's also probably several other crimes that are going to be charged as well. Unarmed robbery, possibly an aggravated assault. She slammed the other driver to the ground on at least 2 occasions. Driving
All the
on
same incident.
suspended. Yes. So yeah, I'm sort of concerned about public safety because technically, you know, she still has a driver's license. She's driving on a 625G permit.
Right.
And I do have some concerns. And if the council is concerned about the breathalyzer, he initially mentioned, you know, concerns about the ankle bracelet being seen by the people at work. You know, I can get Dickerson to use the sober link unit as well, so there's not an issue there. I just feel that there would be more accountability with Dickerson than a private company, Your Honor.
I agree. I agree. She's not currently tethered now. She's just doing testing, correct?
Yes,
Correct.
that's correct.
Okay.
Your Honor, we did have one other request. If I don't know what the court's policy is on this, but if she could pay money rather than do community service work, that would be more convenient for her. Would the court allow community service work being done online through one of these online operations? I don't know if the court's.
Yeah, as long as it's a nonprofit charity. However, yeah, if she can find a nonprofit that has some work she can do online, I'm okay with that. But a community service is a whole different ballgame. In this situation, it's a whole bit different ballgame than fines and costs. So here's what I'm inclined to do. I'm inclined to like I said, it looks like it was a real slow start, but it looks like she's finally decided to take this seriously and she's jumped right in. So I'm inclined to set it for a review. Put her on the sober link through Dickerson. And let's see how much more stuff she can get taken care of or started. Mr. Sikowski, agreed?
Yes, Your Honor. What time frame were you thinking for the?
I don't want to go out too far. When's our next review date? Tell me when that is, and I'll see if that's far enough.
We have May 13th as your next one, and then we're going to need a June date. We can.
All right, let's do this, Mr. Adams. We'll set a June date for Ms. Thomas. We'll send out the notice to you and Ms. Thomas. If there's a conflict with that, then we'll just set you two up for a special date that's not our regular probation violation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So I'm making notes. We're going to review this in June. Get on track. And sober link through Dickerson. All right, gentlemen, anything else?
I have nothing.
All right, Ms. Thomas, good luck. Sounds like you're getting on track.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Judge, there's a Clarence that checked in. I think that might be Jeffrey's client. If it is, Jeff, do you need to see him in a breakout room? Mr. Bowditch?
Hey, get hooked up here, Paul.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Clarence, is your last name Thomas or Connors?
Connors.
All right, we're going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Bowditch, your court-appointed attorney.
Okay.
Sorry, I was renaming Judge. Okay.
Morning. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, Ms. Williams, good morning.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Williams, I've got a file from December of 2019, a drinking and driving charge. Looks like you were sentenced June 2nd of 2020.
Yes.
All right, let's see what we got. Had you in here on February 21 for a violation of probation hearing and scheduled you for today. According to the paperwork I've got from probation, you missed testing on February 22nd, the day after your violation hearing, March 8, March 28, failed to provide documentation of community service and substance abuse treatment.
The community service form over to Mr. The director of probation. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
When did you do that?
This morning. He
All
called
right.
me 3 days ago, telling me like, because I called up to the court because Miss Blunt was supposed to send me like either because she don't work there no more, so she's supposed to send me like my new possible probation officer or somebody. She's supposed to send me some numbers, but she didn't end up doing it. So I ended up calling up there, and he called me back and told me like he's gonna be there until I got somebody.
All right. So let's talk about your testing. What's the problem you're not testing?
Well, what that is, I'm broke. Like I have no money. Like, I don't even have enough money. I don't have money at all to even buy me like my female products. So like, that's hard, and I don't have people I can just ask.
All right. Did you contact probation and tell them you needed some help with the testing?
Well, yeah, I contacted her and told her that I didn't have any money, and I told her when I got evicted that I had to go because I didn't have anywhere to stay when I got evicted.
Right,
So
so specifically, you contacted Ms. Blunt and said, I can't test because I'm broke. And she told you tough luck.
I mean, she didn't tell me tough luck, but she basically said, like, it's nothing like I could do if I don't have money. I can't test.
So she didn't offer you any options?
Told me, no, not really. She just told me, like, try. And I told her that I would.
And the 2 times that you have tested since February, you tested positive for THC. So you're broke, but you're finding money for your dope.
One time I tested positive. The other time I tested negative.
I got twice positive. So let's just talk about one. Where did you find free marijuana?
I was at a party. And I didn't like physically smoke it. I was around people that was smoking.
No bullshit. Don't do that. Please, Miss Williams, don't treat me like I'm an idiot.
Okay, look, listen.
Where everybody was smoking in the closet and you just sat there and talked?
Yes.
In a closet. That's how you party.
No, I said in a car.
All right, what's your recommendation? I'm not impressed.
Well, Your Honor, since, financial issue as far as paying for any sort of alcohol monitor, Your Honor, she's.
I got a job interview today at.
Do not interrupt, Miss Williams. It pisses me off.
I apologize.
Mr. Sikowski, go ahead.
We've had 10 months, Your Honor, to try to comply. Community service is free. Treatment could be free. Testing was the only issue. I looked at the couple notes. Once she said she didn't have the money. Another time was she missed a morning test on the weekend. Another time it was some other reason. The phone was broke, couldn't call. I mean, there was, addition into her financial issue. But Your Honor, at this point, like I said, she's wasted 10 months of this court's time.
Can I say something though? When I first got on probation.
Was that an interruption, Miss Williams? Because it sure as hell sounded to me like you interrupted him while he was talking.
No, he was done talking. I asked if I could say something after he was finished speaking.
Don't talk. Does she have any criminal history?
This is it, Your Honor.
Are you working, Miss Williams?
I have a job interview for Bell Tire today at 2 p.m.
So that's no.
No, sir.
When was the last time you had a job?
October 2nd, I got fired I didn't get fired. I had to test for Corona. So I had just started working at FedEx. Like I hadn't even been there for a week, and then I got exposed, so I had to go test. And then it was like, you might as well just reapply because I had to quarantine for 14 days. I had just started.
All right. Where are you living now?
I'm living with my sister.
That's who you're living with. Where are you living now?
In Belleville, Michigan.
What's the address?
Give me 1 second. I know it's on Savage Road. I'm gonna give you the exact location in 1 second.
Your Honor, I'd go check my email for community service if you like. I'm on
Sure.
Emily's office right now.
Hey, do you have Shakara's address? Have Shakara's address? Yeah.
All right, Ms. Williams, let's provide that address to probation as soon as you can. Where did you do your community service work?
For this business, this lady business, she makes drinks and stuff. I'll clean like her warehouse and stuff.
All right, that's not community service. Community service is when you do volunteer work for a
I
nonprofit
didn't get-
charity.
Oh.
All right, anything else you want to tell me before I decide what to do with you?
I mean about this. Oh well, like I said in the beginning, of my when I got sentenced or probation, whatever, it was Corona, so all this stuff was closed. Everything was booked. I could barely get to places. Like, I think it's on Savage. Let me see.
All right, Ms. Williams, how about if you talk to me right now?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Is
Okay.
there anything else you want me to consider before I decide what to do?
I said I had to check my skip. Sorry.
Well, I gotta get tested today for Corona. I've been exposed, so I don't know if that's relevant to you or anything about this situation. But other than that, here, just text it to me. Other than that, no, there's nothing there.
All right, Ms. Williams, I've had a number of people on probations over the last year, and the vast majority of them were able to comply with what we asked them to do in spite of COVID. I told you in February that you need to impress me today or you're going to jail. I am less than impressed. You'll do 5 days in jail. We'll close your file unsuccessfully. I want you to report to the Romulus Police Department 9 a.m. Thursday. That would be the 22nd.
Okay. So after I'm done,
After you do your jail, you're done.
but that's it. I'm not even worried
Your
about
Honor,
it.
she does have
Understood.
an outstanding balance.
Pardon me?
She does have an outstanding balance, Your Honor. Did you want?
We'll turn that over to collections.
Okay.
So you can set up payments with our collection department, Ms. Williams. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Good luck. Mr. Bowditch, are you ready?
Ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Connors, are you unmuted?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Bowditch, have you gentlemen had a chance to look at the report and recommendation from probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything to add to that report?
Your Honor, we've reviewed the probation. It is factually accurate. No additions, no deletions, no corrections. There are, well, I should say there are a couple additions. The report indicated that Mr. Connors was unemployed. Well, now he is employed locally in New Boston at Bros. This is his second week of employment, but it's going well for him. He also has been enrolled in Team Wellness. They have prescribed medication for him. He is current on his medication.
Good.
Other
Make
than
sure
that,
you
Your
let,
Honor,
I'm
no
sorry, go ahead,
additions.
Ms. Bowditch.
Other than that, Your Honor, no additions or
All right.
corrections.
Mr. Connors, make sure you give a list of your prescriptions to probation so we know what drugs the doctors have prescribed. And Bros, is that full-time?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
How are they paying?
$15 an hour, pretty good, pays every week. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
happy with it. It's going great.
Good. Good luck there. Anything else you want me to consider, sir, before I sentence?
Nope. I just wanted to tell y'all guys, thank you for putting me on probation and giving me an opportunity to get my life back on track.
Okay. Do you know why we put you on probation, not just jail time or money or some other punishment?
My lawyer told me it was to help me, and I really appreciate that. Because if I
Yeah.
need help, I want to get help.
Good, good. Then you're halfway home. You know, I'm Mr. Connors, I'm looking at your blood alcohol level the night you were arrested.
Yes.
And it's 3 times the legal limit. You need help.
Right.
You need help. This program, this probation that I'm going to put you on with these terms, it is designed to help you. So if you're having any problems, contact your probation officer, contact Mr. Bowditch. Mr. Bowditch will help you walk through the system. Let's make you a success story for probation.
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Right. I'm going to adopt in full the recommendations that you've gone over with Mr. Bowditch. That means I'm putting you on probation for 9 months. I'll always consider terminating you early as long as things are all on track. We're going to put you on a 30-day alcohol monitor. That's all part of the recommendations. And your total on your money, fines and costs, $1,200. I'm going to let you work out payments with probation. Of all the things, there's 12 items on the probation recommendations. I'm adopting all 12. Of those 12, the one at the bottom of the list, priority-wise for me, is your money. As long as you're making some reasonable efforts to get that paid off and you're keeping everything else on track, I'm happy as a clam.
Yes, Your Honor. Understandable. Right. Understandable.
Do you have any questions for myself or Mr. Bowditch?
While I'm on probation, when Cedar Point open up, will I be able to go with me and my wife and kids?
Yeah, all you have to do is contact probation. We'll give you permission to run.
Okay, thank you. That's all. No,
technically, you're not supposed to leave the state of Michigan while you're on probation without permission from the court. I will freely grant it as long as everything's on track.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you very much. You guys help us get safe.
Thank you, Mr. Connors.
I think you're done, Jeff.
I'm done, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who do you want next, Judge?
Let's do Thornsberry.
Okay, she's on her way in. And you did a bench warrant for Simon?
I did.
Thank you.
Good morning, Ms. Thornsberry.
Good morning.
Ms. Thornsberry, have you had a chance to look at the report and recommendation prepared by probation?
I have not.
How'd we get her, Paula? Have you talked to probation this morning, ma'am?
No, not this morning.
All right,
She came
that's
directly
why.
in.
All right, we're going to send you to probation so you can take care of that.
Okay.
You're going to have to dial their number to get into their Zoom. I'll call them and let them know you're on your way in.
Okay.
And we'll see you when you're done with them.
Okay, thank you.
Paula, ask them if they've seen Lisa Johnson because she probably hasn't talked to them either.
Hello? Hello?
Good morning, Miss Johnson. Hang on one second, okay?
Yes.
Miss Johnson, you haven't checked in with probation yet, have you? You have to check in with them first. So you need to call the number for the Zoom number there with probation, and they'll tell you when to check in with us. Okay?
Okay, the probation number. I don't have that number, I don't think.
It should be there. If they gave you this number, you got the probation number.
Okay, I called the 734 number and they connected me over. So I called them back?
You call them. Yes, you have to call them first. They have to talk to you about your sentencing and stuff before you go before the judge.
would I still be able to go through to the judge today?
Yes, ma'am. We knew that you were in our waiting room. You did check where you were here. You just were in the wrong waiting room at the time. Judge knows that you were in there. So I've already called probation and told them that you're gonna check in with them. As soon as you're done with them, they'll send you back over to check in with the judge.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. We're not gonna let
Okay.
you hang out there and get a warrant or anything.
Right, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're
So I
welcome.
hang up and call that number.
Yes,
Okay, thank you so much.
you're
Bye-bye.
welcome.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you, Jesus. Okay, check in with probation. Okay. Hello?
Ms. Johnson, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. You are here to be sentenced on a charge from June 28, 2017, operating while intoxicated. You've had a chance to look at the report and recommendation prepared by probation?
Yes, I have.
All right. Is there anything in that report that is not factually correct?
Everything seemed to be correct. Yes.
Okay. Is there anything you want me to consider before I set the terms of sentence today?
Yes, I would. First of all, I would like to say I am so sorry for disrespecting your judgment. I want to explain, I just was so terrified
Hold on. When did you disrespect my judgment?
because I was supposed to come for sentencing before. And I didn't, and I came and they were trying to get me into a rehab center that day, my probation officer, but they
Right.
couldn't.
Yep.
And I panicked and I left because I had tried to clean up before.
Right.
And it would shut my body down. It actually is the hardest thing I ever had to do. And I have been sober now for as of March the 29th, I've been sober for 2 years.
Amen. Good for you. How'd you do it?
God is so good.
All the time.
I tried to do it on my own and my body shut down. So I had to go into emergency. I was in Henry Ford Hospital for 2 weeks. I don't remember any of it, being in the hospital at all. Then they sent me to rehab.
Where at?
So, this was 2019, March of 2019. Well, I didn't go to that. They didn't transfer me from Henry Ford to rehab until April the 4th.
Well, where did you do your rehab? Which agency?
Is it Hartford? Hartford
Yep.
and Allen Park.
Yep. Okay. So
Yeah,
what are you
and,
doing now? What are you doing now to maintain sobriety, Ms. Johnson?
I pray a lot. I attend, I do all the praying and staying out of trouble and just staying from around people. I mostly stay to myself and I do a lot of arts and crafts, stuff to keep my mind busy.
Are you doing anything? Are you doing any ongoing therapy or going to any meetings or anything?
Oh, I go to, well, not for AA. I don't go I go through my mental health and they help me with it.
Is that still through Hartford or is that another agency?
It's another agency, the Development Center.
And how often do you see somebody there?
I talk twice a month.
So every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What else? What kind of support system you got besides the church?
And my family and my sisters, and we try to do family things, and I do more positive. So I am so much better, and I'm so thankful.
So you just got out of the lifestyle.
Huh?
You just got out of the lifestyle.
Yes, and it feels great. It's like I'm living for the first time because I drank for 35 years. I started and I never stopped.
Yeah.
And I lost my mom from drinking, but that's what I was always raised around.
Sure.
And that's all I knew. So it just feel like for the first time I'm living life and I'm so grateful.
You just made my day. I just want you to know that.
Thank you so much because y'all saved my life. Because had I not been forced to stop, I probably wouldn't have stopped. So to me, this is not a punishment, it's a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a blessing.
Yep.
A priceless blessing. So whatever price I have to pay for doing wrong, I'm ready to pay.
Okay.
I just don't want to go to jail.
No, you're not going to jail. You're not going to jail. I mean, if you were here, I'd be hugging you right now. So here's what we're going to do. Mainly because this file's kind of old, there's some fees on it. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna collect $500 fines and costs from you. And of the fines, it's like $60. The rest is just various costs. So we can put you on a payment plan. I'm not putting you on probation or anything else. I just want you to pay these court costs so we can close this out.
Oh my God. Thank you so much.
All right. So probably because you're on disability, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that a monthly payment plan probably works best for you.
Yes, that'll be
How much can you
perfect.
afford to pay every month? And we'll start on May 7th, which is the first Friday of next month.
May 7th.
Can you do 50 every month?
I definitely can do 50. Yes, thank you so much.
So we're going to
Yes.
set you up at 50 a month. You can always pay extra money or you can pay early.
Okay.
But
Okay.
can we start at May 7th, which gives you, let's see, this Friday is the 23rd, so it'd be the 30th, and so it's 2 weeks from this Friday.
Perfect.
All right. Any questions?
No, sir.
Ms. Johnson, you keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
Oh, hold on. I got some other stuff I got to tell you about.
Okay.
Oh, you got some other files here that are real old from 2013
Mm-hmm.
that you owe $834 on. We'll just do all one payment plan at 50 a month.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you just keep doing that $50 a month. Like I said, anytime you want to pay extra, we'll take it.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Oh, thank you so much. You have been a blessing. You done made my world. There's nowhere to go but up from here.
You made my day too, just because of the fact that you actually got smart enough to go get some help and listen to what they told you. So good for you.
Yes.
Good
Thank you
for you.
so much.
You're welcome, ma'am. Enjoy your day.
Okay, you do the same as well.
I will.
Wow.
All right, you're back, Miss Thornsberry. All right, now you had a chance to look at your report and recommendation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, before we get into that, you had a case from January 22nd, 2018 that was dismissed as part of the deal you made when you pled guilty on the January 22nd charge. Remember that?
Yeah.
All right, so the one that was dismissed still has a $45 clearance fee that you'll have to get paid off before you can get your license straight with Secretary of State. Understood?
Understood. I paid that on.
Oh, you already paid it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I paid it online on the 16th.
Oh, all right. Well, ignore what I just told you then. All right. So for the sentencing, is there anything in that report that is not factually correct?
No, not
All
that
right.
I seen. No.
Is there anything you want to add to that report? Anything you want me to consider before I set the terms of sentencing?
No, sir.
All right. All right, so I'm going to go along with the probation department. I'm going to put you on probation as they recommend for 9 months. And I want to make sure you understand my philosophy. I don't put people in probation as a form of punishment because we've got lots of different ways we can punish people. We can do fines and costs. We can do jail time. We can do community service hours. We can do all kinds of stuff for punishment. When we put somebody on probation, it's done because we think probation is the best way to effectuate a change in behavior. So what probation came up with from their discussion with you and that needs assessment, you know, that test you took, all right, is that you have the potential to develop a substance abuse problem. So we don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen, right?
No.
So we think that the best way for us to help you deal with that, what might be we think that the best way to help you prevent something from becoming a substance abuse problem is to give you some tools through probation. So that's where the treatment comes in. That's where the testing comes in, so on and so forth. So I'm going to put you on for 9 months. I want you to understand that 9 months today doesn't mean it'll actually be 9 months. So, 3, 4, 5 months into this, you've got everything that you were supposed to do done. You did some testing, everything's on track. You did your community service. The treatment's been going great. At that point, if you want me to consider terminating you before the 9 months, I will always listen to what you've got to tell me. I'm not going to tell you right now that I'll promise it'll be less than 9 months, but I will promise to listen to what you've got to say.
Okay.
All right. So with that,
Yes, thank you.
I'm sorry.
I said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm accepting in full the recommendations of the probation department. So they had 11 items that they were recommending. I'm adopting every one of those. And that includes the 48 hours community service. That includes going to AA or NA meetings. That includes the random testing. Now, fines and costs on your file, $620. There's a $50 misdemeanor tax to the state of Michigan, $75 victims fund fee to the state of Michigan, restitution in the amount of $200 to Huron Township. As I said, I'm placing you on probation for 9 months. Probation fee is $360. We've, excuse me, we've got a bench warrant fee of $50, a late fee of $50, a clearance fee on this file of $45, another bench warrant fee of $50, and then we've got the two state of Michigan fees, a $75 crime victims fund fee and a $50 misdemeanor tax. So the total on the file is $1,500.
Okay.
You work out a payment plan with probation.
Okay.
Of the 11 items I've just told you that you are responsible for on probation, the one at the bottom of my list of priorities is the money. As long as you're doing everything else and staying on track and you're making some reasonable efforts on the money, we'll work with you on the money. Don't worry about that a bit.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, sir.
All right. Last thing, your probation officer is your new BFF. If you're having any little issue at all, you contact the probation department and we'll figure out how to keep you on track before it becomes a big problem. All right. Any questions?
All right. No, sir.
Ms. Thornsberry, I wish you luck.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your day.
Have a good
You're
day.
welcome. Bye-bye. I never saw a file yet.
Well, he was first thing this morning at 8 o'clock, so let me just double check.